Producers, you only have a few months left to lock in before the year is over. I bet at the beginning of the year you had all these plans and goals to improve your beats, goals to grow your following, goals to land placements. Now some of you have probably achieved these goals and well done for that. Do you get it? Round of applause. Sorry. But some of you are in the exact same spot that you were at last year. If the second one sounds like you, put your phone on Do Not Disturb and give me just 5 minutes of your time. Because by the end of this video, you'll walk away with at least one gem that'll help your production career. And if you don't have 5 minutes to hear some advice that may change your situation, you are well and truly cooked. Now we're going to be breaking this down into 5 main pieces of advice. And each piece of advice will be more important than the last one. So pay close attention. 1. Figure out what you really want. A lot of producers out here are grinding with no real direction. They want to do well and succeed, but they have no idea what they want to do well and succeed at specifically. One day they're trying to make YouTube tutorials, the next they're trying to post type beats every day, the next they're trying to chase placements, and the next day they're crying in the shower. That definitely wasn't me though. Anyway, you need to figure out what you really want. Placements, building a YouTube channel with producer content, selling type beats online, because each of these goals require a different strategy, a different focus, and a different set of daily actions. When you don't know specifically what you want, it's easy to stay busy doing random shit that doesn't really move the needle for you. Once you get clear on what success actually looks like for you, then everything's gonna change. You're gonna stop wasting time on tasks that don't push you towards your goals. You're gonna stop second guessing on whether what you're doing now is what you should be doing. And you're gonna start doing the things that actually bring you results. If your main goal is to sell type beats online, why are you making producer tutorials? It's a complete waste of your time. Put that energy into selling type beats online. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having multiple goals that you want to achieve. With enough time and focus, you can get everything that you want to get done. But just focus on one thing at a time. If you try to chase 4 rabbits, you're gonna catch none of them. Now, after this video, I want you to do this. Every day, just take 20 minutes. It can be in the morning, noon, night, whenever the fuck you want. And just sit and think about what you really want to achieve. Not what you think you're supposed to want, not what social media tells you, but what do you really want from your music journey? Because once you know that, it becomes a hell of a lot easier to figure out what you should be doing right now. Fucking bars, mate. Bars. 2. Placements. Getting a placement is an amazing feeling. But one thing I've noticed after interacting with thousands of producers over the last few years is that a lot of them place their value as a creative in whether they have placements or not. They think less of themselves and get demotivated when the placements don't come in. Or they think, oh man, once I get a placement, life is gonna be sweet. I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. The truth is, once the song drops, you're gonna have like a dopamine spike for a day. And then the next day you're like, oh shit. What's next? When you're obsessed with just getting placements, your happiness as a creative is going to rely on something that's completely external, which is something that's just out of your control. Now look, there is nothing wrong with wanting placements. Anyone who says there is fucking lying. But I do think something is wrong with thinking you suck if you don't have any. One thing I've heard frequently talking to industry producers is that they really want to get into the online content side of things, so they have a bit more control over their income and build a little community. And one thing I've heard speaking to content creators is that they want more songs out with artists to give them that industry credibility. The grass is always going to be greener on the other side no matter what you do. So just lean into what you really enjoy doing, whether that's grinding for placements or being an internet producer. Just remember, your value as a creative is in the creation itself. Fucking bars. Mic drop. I dropped the mic, but it's on an arm. 3. Form actual connections. Now, of course, a big part of this game is working with as many people as possible, especially when you're just starting out. But as you grow as a producer, it's super important to prioritize forming actual connections with the people that you work with. The music usually comes out better, and there's usually a lot less issues. I've been in situations where a song's gonna drop, and it's ended up just not dropping at all because the co-producer, who I don't know, has ended up being a complete fucking weirdo. Meanwhile, if I landed that song with someone that I had an actual connection with, it would be a lot easier to sort through any issues with them. And in terms of agreements, instead of 2 producers who want entirely different things, we'd already be on the same page. That's my twin for real. Now, I'm not saying don't stop working with people you don't know, because that's silly. I still do it all the time. But what I am saying is, make friends that produce, man. Friends you can talk to about things outside of music, because you'll help each other grow and everything will just be more fun. 4. build a brand. Now listen, you can be all mysterious and cosplay as Playboy Carti if you want. And yes, that works for some producers, but you're just making things 10 times harder on yourself. What comes first is making good music, of course, but also putting yourself out as a person and building a brand is extremely important. People can't really connect with you unless they know that you're an actual human being. So I'd recommend showing your face a bit. If you have a fear of judgment from people you know in your life or just others online, you just need to realize that you exist on a floating rock in space. One day, you and everyone you know is going to be dust. What's the point in giving a fuck what anyone else thinks about you? Now, another thing I feel like is important with building a brand, and it's cringe and you hear it everywhere, but just be yourself. I don't mind being a bit goofy or making shit jokes on here because it's my actual personality. So when I meet other producers in person who've come across my content in the past, they already feel comfortable around me because they know I'm not putting up a front. Having a brand and having that brand be authentic to yourself is extremely important, in my humble opinion. 5, less is more with mixing. A lot of newer producers think there's some secret sauce or technique to mixing their beats, but there is no secret VST that will fix a bad mix. There is no magic sauce that will save a bad mix. Listen to this closely and burn it into your mind the next time you make a beat. Volume and EQ. That will do 95% of the work for you. Use quality sounds, like the sounds you'll find over at jsaulbeats.net, link in the description, and level them correctly. I assure you, just focusing on your leveling and doing basic EQs is all you really need. Everything else is just a little cherry on top. Now, if you've made it to the end of the video, that tells me 2 things. 1, you actually care about your career and you're open to advice, and 2, you have a decent attention span. So if you found any value in this video and need help improving your production, staying consistent and being held accountable, or growing your brand and making content, I offer a 12-week mentorship program. At the moment of me filming this, all the spots are currently taken, but if you want to be the first to know when more spots open up in a few weeks, hit the link below, watch the video, then join the waitlist. If you're watching this far in the future, spots may be open already, so like I said, hit the link in the description. But don't just take my word for it.
Yeah, man, like, yo, just the way you explain everything is just 10 times easier. And in 3 weeks, I think I come further than the whole time I've been doing shit. In 3 weeks, man, compared to like, you know, I'm telling you the whole time. I shouldn't be saying it, but it's worth way more than what you charge it, bro.
Trust me, I know, dude.
Anybody that says no to this, like, I don't care. It's, yo, bro, it's priceless, because when you're stuck and you can't get help, how do you help yourself if you don't know how to help yourself?
I'm definitely going to be clipping some of that shit because that is gold. Hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, check out this one next.